What's going on, everyone? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? Georgia Tech has just beat Florida State in Dublin, Ireland, okay? Look, a lot of respect to Georgia Tech in this game. A lot of respect to these guys. There was few that predicted this. Georgia Tech led by Brent Key. These are Robertson with another 100 spot. My goodness, people are celebrating the college football season. Look, I'm telling you, this is a gut-wrenching loss for Florida State. Okay, they came in an 11-point favorite, right? A lot of hype about this team, and they lose in Dublin, Ireland to Georgia Tech. Okay, off a last-second field goal. We'll walk you through it. I appreciate you guys being here. My goodness, what I want to do is go right to War Chant. Okay, War Chant is the site for Florida State. Okay, so you got to, if you want to read the stuff, you got to subscribe to their website. But let's go to it and read the headlines, because this is a Florida State absolute meltdown. Okay, so here are the headlines on Florida State right away. We suck. We lose at least 4 games. Okay, do they suck? That wasn't the best performance, but credit to Georgia Tech, and credit, number one, to Brent Key and their job that they did today, okay? We suck. We lose at least 4 games. Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. We'll look at Florida State's schedule in just a second. I'm out, fellas. Somebody's already out, okay? Season record predictions. Please don't compare AZ Thomas. Okay, total surprise. I would agree with that. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that knew that there would be drama in this game. Wow, tackling was poor, jet lag. Willie T would be proud of this effort. Terrible analysis, line of scrimmage. Okay, so what I saw from this game, okay, and we kind of looked at the stats of this game. Let's get a refresh, so make sure that the stats are up to date. What I saw in this particular game, and, you know, we'll dive into it real quick. And then I want to take a couple phone calls from you as well to talk about this Florida State team. Look, a couple game balls from me. Jamal Haynes from Georgia Tech ran for 11 carries, 75 yards. Very tough runner, and he had 2 touchdowns. Hanks King, he didn't have the best performance, but he was tough. This was a gritty performance from him. 11 of 16, 146 yards. And he also, he ran the ball for 54 yards off 15 carries. He was tough. Right? He's a tough runner. On the flip side, let me ask you, inside the comment box right now, what is your assessment of DJU? Seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, if he was your quarterback, would you be stressing? I would. Honestly. Look, these guys are paid. We can talk about him as pros. I wasn't overly impressed with him. 19 of 27, 193 yards. Now, I will say the last drive, where he completed 2 fourth-down conversions, that was his best drive. And if he's going to play like that the rest of the season, that was really good. Couple takeaways. On that last drive, Roydell Williams, he scored a touchdown, 12 carries for 38 yards. They really went away from him. He had a good first half. Didn't really see too much of him in the second half. Really like what he brought to the table. He looks good. Roydell Williams, type R for Roydell Williams. Guy did a great job. And then receiving-wise, Malik Benson came through. He has 4 receptions for 55 yards today. Almost came up with a touchdown. That last drive for Florida State was good. That was promising. Also like what Florida State's field goal kicker did. But other than that, my goodness, Florida State gets upset today by Georgia Tech. You know what? I would like to take some calls just to get some assessment. Just you keep the call, call in. Let's get a couple calls in. I just want some feedback on this first game of the season. What do you think about the opener and about kind of this meltdown of Florida State? Because, my goodness, I promise you this is gut-wrenching for the Florida State Seminole fans. So the call-in line number, if you want to just call, give me your take about Florida State real quick. We'll move them in. 205-850-1994. I knew that this game would be dramatic every single time. Look, it was pretty light. I knew, watching this game, I was like, meh, it was a stalemate. Credit to Georgia Tech for coming out and playing really good football. Thought they did a really good job today. Controlled it when they had to, fought back. That last drive had to be gut-wrenching for, Florida State fans. To watch Georgia Tech being able to drive the football down the field and then kick a field goal. Remember, this Georgia Tech team, they came into this game as an 11-point underdog. There was a lot of people out there that didn't feel that they could win this game. I think everybody inside game day picked. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Coach Saban didn't pick his own coach, right? And I'm telling you this news before it happens. I think Brent Key would be a great target for an opening at a bigger program down the road. He doesn't get a lot of credit. We'll take this 901 and we'll take it right now. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Kyle? It's Robert Lofton.
Hey, Robert.
I am your biggest fan.
Robert, what's up, man? Well, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you supporting the product.
And it's my pleasure. You are on the upswing, my friend.
Thank you, bro.
You are the man you are the best in your business.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have molded it around yourself, and it's beautiful.
Thank you, man.
And I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
As a Tide fan.
Thank you so much. I think a lot of you guys have seen the growth of me, the growth of, going through kind of the transformation and having to adapt to different things within the channel. I'm honestly a business owner, and I like it, and I have a lot of gratitude to be in this space, and I have a lot of appreciation for you guys too. So to be able to talk and to be able to celebrate college football, it's amazing. I'm seeing Brent Key right here walk off. So kind of give me your assessment of this game. I mean, Georgia Tech, that's this gritty team. They didn't kind of luck out. Yeah. They won this football game against the top 10 team.
Yeah. They came out to play. And you can tell they prepared for this game all spring long. And it is good to see them. They blossom at the right time against a team that is now devastated.
Yeah.
This was a devastating loss for Mike Norvell, especially after losing the way they did to Georgia, and especially after making such a stink about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to make a stink about losing or not getting a position in the playoff or something like that, you better bring the stuff to next season. And he's not.
Yeah. And that was the thing, too. That's why, look, I feel that Mike Norvell, he brought back Florida State, but the back end, how they handled it, I didn't like it. He complained. What I would have done,
I didn't either.
Because what it did was it led to a bunch of players hitting the transfer portal and making that game against Georgia meaningless.
Yeah.
You know what? That was an opportunity for Florida State to beat Georgia. You get an opportunity to play Georgia, you take it to them. And Georgia blew them out. So I didn't like how the back end was handled. And right now, I mean, you look at the comments right now on warchant.com if you want to, subscribe to their website to read them. But, I mean, you see it's a complete meltdown. This is gut-wrenching. You imagine sitting back on that 8-hour flight thinking about the rest of Florida State's season?
The beginning of the season, Kyle, at the beginning of that is devastating. There's no way for that not to affect the entire team the rest of the season. But, he has an opportunity to succeed, so I wish them well.
Yeah, thanks. Anything else you want to hit on while we have you on?
I am ready for this season, bro. I am so excited to see the next level of Roll Tide. Now, I've listened. I'm always in my Roll Tide, and I live smack dab in the middle of the most hateful territory of the Tide, Tennessee. I live in Memphis.
Oh, my goodness.
So they're talking to me all the time. Just yesterday, I had to make a poignant point that we have 18 of these. How many do you have?
I know, man.
Just yesterday. So I'm trying to take the day off, enjoying Kyle Henderson doing the best of any broadcaster on a Saturday where it's the beginning of the football season.
Oh,
I'm so proud of you.
Hey, thanks, man.
I'm so proud of you for being a Tide. I'm so proud of your success, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Hell yeah, man.
Take us on home to the next championship, Kyle.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right. Yeah, good call. I need to update the final scoreboard too, +3 on the bottom. I do all of it by myself. It's slow. You should see the setup that I have here. It's all we're about to fly a plane. Yo, this is crazy. The football season is here, and Georgia Tech has beaten Florida State. I knew in my soul that it would be a dramatic game, And here Georgia Tech is. Let's look at. Let me ask you this. Okay, well, first we'll look at Georgia Tech's schedule, and let me just ask you, how many games do you think they'll win? And then we'll go back to Florida State, and I'll ask the same question. Okay, and then I'll probably eat some Wingstop or something like that, and watch some more college football. Okay, so let me ask you right now. We're looking at Georgia Tech's schedule. Okay, they win this game. They're 1-0. Georgia State, you got to think they win. At Syracuse, let's say they win that one as well. Look, these guys are going to climb the rankings. They just beat a top 10 team, VMI. Then they go to Louisville. Yo, how many games is – look, you got to think, okay, here we go. North Carolina and Notre Dame back-to-back, and then West Virginia or Virginia Tech, and then Miami. Okay, so their back end gets a little dicey. Having games at North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Georgia. But this team is going to win a lot of games. And Brent Key, man, hats off to him. People who didn't know, we knew about Brent Key because he's part of the Alabama ecosystem right under Nick Saban. Okay, so on the flip side, let me ask you this. How many games is Florida State going to win? Okay, they already lost one. Boston College, they should have lost this last year. Josh is filling the Wingstop. Me too, man. Okay, Memphis. Okay, they'll win that. The schedule's light, so they could definitely bounce back. But, I mean, look, the game against Clemson, that game, who knows? They should have lost that game as well last year. Duke played them close. At Miami, North Carolina. Look, I'm not just saying this. Are you with me that Florida State could lose some game? I mean, this isn't going to be the only game that they lose. You guys with me? Right? Yeah, I don't know. Sound off inside the comment box. I don't know. Josh is saying 7-5. It's not good. Let's take one more look at the Florida State war chant message board just to see what they're saying on the site. I think it's hilarious. Our fans are comical. Season records. They're predicting that. Norvell, go get yourself a real DC. Georgia Tech did a great job running the ball. Yo, wow, we just got outplayed and outcoached. DJ, no more mercenaries. Let's be honest. The climb to 11-1 starts now. Line of scrimmage, total surprise. We lost both the trenches, no identity. I don't know. I just, the meltdown. So if you want to read more of the meltdown, go over to the Florida State website. Just really comical to check it out. I mean, look, we knew it was going to be dramatic. Here it is right in front of us, and I appreciate